Hi Capricorn Sun and Rising. We're going to look at what you're releasing in a big way and what's coming in for you in a very, very beautiful big way because you're releasing this. I'm going to do Capricorn Sun, Rising, and Sun. I'm going to go back and forth a little bit in the energies, but I advise that you listen to both of it because depending on your spiritual journey, you might have the more major aspects or the more potent aspects of these energies coming through, or the more minor aspects, depends on where you are in your spiritual journey. But I'm going to describe it as I go, and I definitely recommend checking out your rising or sun sign if it's not Capricorn, and mesh it with the releasing energies, mesh the incoming energies with the other incoming energies, so you get a very, very specific detailed energy of what you're releasing and what's coming in for you in a very, very big way for you. This is following the Scorpio Taurus eclipses that have been happening for the past few years, closing out May 2023, October 2023, into and the energies last until about March 2024. Okay, so what's coming in for you, Capricorn Sun? What have you been releasing? What have you been releasing, Capricorn Sun? A lot of anxiety about why aren't you getting the kind of love, attention, or affection from, or just even people reaching out from your groups of friends, from your community, from people in general, like people who have the same hopes and dreams as you, have who are like-minded, who have share the same goals. I feel like you felt like you haven't had much luck in that department recently. It's just been kind of like a long winter for you, and it's just in terms of your like social aspects of your life, and it's just kind of like, why can't I get anyone to reach out? Why can't I get the right people to reach out? It's just been kind of difficult for you. Mentally, it's been exhausting, kind of, I'm getting. But you kind of release this energy, Spirit is saying. You're kind of like, it was really difficult for you to do, because I feel like you kind of reveled in the fact that you had a lot of people around you all the time, and it was very, very tough and challenging for you not to have the people and the communication touching base with you as much as they used to. This might be a COVID thing, but you've left that energy and you've become better for it. So what's this energy that you released? Yeah, 10 of Pentacles. It feels like it felt like you were going to be abundant in your social realm for a long time. It felt like you were never going to have a loss of people to talk to, people to hang out with, and all of a sudden it just felt like it just kind of went away, or was very difficult to maintain all of a sudden. It might have also had to do with your work. Maybe you didn't like where your work was going. It wasn't leading, you're finding more truth about it, or you weren't okay with certain aspects of your work or something. The Wheel of Fortune, yeah, it was kind of like you kind of feel it was like destined and fated, because the way things happened, it was too like on the nose. Like you just happened to lose a lot of people that you usually talk to all of a sudden. You all of a sudden decide to feel differently about your work or some of your long-term goals. You didn't feel okay about it anymore. Like I feel like you learned more about it. You I don't know, leaving, like having space from your work, having space from the situation, having space from these people made you see things in a different perspective, and you're like, okay, I see why I had to take that time out from that person or these people or this situation. Let's see how it made you open up. Travel, yeah. Felt like you're like, you know what, that's okay. What's the best thing to do when you feel like you're losing a lot of people? Travel. So it just like gave you an opportunity to kind of change your perspective on things, see things in a different reality, a different light, and traveling really helps with that. So you probably were able to travel. If not physically, you were able to travel mentally a lot. discover new things, go to different, see how other people live and stuff like that. So you kind of release that energy of feeling like at a loss for not having those resources on standby, but you're realizing that those weren't the proper resources for you in the first place, or these weren't the proper long-term goals for you in the first place. So it's like, oh, I was putting all my energy into something that, or a person, a situation that wasn't really my long-term thing after all. Okay, so for Capricorn rising, what were the energies that you were releasing in a big way? What were these energies that you were releasing? 2 of Wands in hand. So I feel like you're really put into a situation, especially in the past few years, where you could not see the light at the end of the tunnel. Capricorn, you think Capricorn sun was having you bad, but Capricorn rising, you're really like in a place where you didn't know how things would turn out on the other end, but you were loving it secretly. I feel like you might have never felt like you had a break and you didn't get a chance to kind of see what your next steps would be. You never really got to be in a place, like it was always work. And you never got to just be in a place where it's like, I don't need to work, or I don't need to know what's happening next. I don't know when I'm going to see this person next. I don't know when, it's like, it was kind of a relief for you, a relief and a release, because it was like, I don't know if you ever really got the opportunity to stop working or stop having to see all these people all the time. Capricorn rising, you kind of took this in a good way. You're like, I don't know if I should be enjoying this, but I kind of am. Capricorn rising, the Fool card, you're like, yes, this is a new life, new me. Maybe I don't have to see these people as often, or talk to them as much anymore. Like, yes, you're celebrating. You really felt like it was the end of a certain, like, big structure in your life. You always thought you were going to be stuck in this cog wheel forever. This, like, you're always going to be this, like, you're always going to be this hamster in this hamster wheel for your whole life. And you're like, am I ever going to be able to get off? Like, and you finally got off the hamster wheel and you're like, oh my goodness, whole new freedom. I don't have to run on a stupid hamster wheel anymore. I can run around free, do whatever I want. And it really just kind of totally changed things for you, Capricorn rising. So what exactly is it that you're releasing? Because it seems like you're having a awesome time here. Cleanse. Okay, so what your energy was isn't so much of a release as it is you haven't had a chance to kind of cleanse your energies. It was like you're nonstop for so long that you didn't get to emotionally cleanse anything that, like, you might have had some tough situations maybe years ago, maybe decades ago, and you never got to process it or cleanse it if it came up again. I'm going to wash your hands of really nasty endings, death, really difficult energies, or trauma and fear that have popped up that you just like, can't deal with you, trauma or fear right now, because I have too much work to do, and so, like, it really gave you a chance. It must have been really difficult. This isn't easy for you, Capricorn rising. I mean, it was like years or even decades worth of releasing, cleansing, healing of trauma and fear and endings that you have never got to even get a chance to just, like, release or heal or think about. So it wasn't really much like you're enjoying this time off. I know I said that, but, like, it was more kind of like it allowed you to catch up on some things that you wouldn't have otherwise been able to. finding, yeah, finding yourself, finding healing, finding cleansing. It's like you might have, like, maybe while you were working, you might have been able to work on that thing that you were mad about 10 years ago that you never got over, but you finally got over, but you never really got a chance to just be like, oh, it's released, like acknowledge it and accept it. And that's like the last thing, part of like the healing work you needed to do. And so you finally got that chance. You're finding a new sense, like you're finding a new version of yourself. Because this woman is so happy. And it's like transformation. This is Scorpio energy for you, this butterfly, where you're just like, I get to like cleanse like my inside. It's kind of like, you know, when you haven't taken a shower for a long time, it's like, oh, I can't wait to take a shower. That's how you've been feeling about the inside, like cleansing your emotions and your inner work and your energies, and you finally got to do that. It wasn't easy, but you did it. So Capricorn, what is the energy that you're bringing in? Capricorn rising. This is something like that's been really intensely being felt in the past few years for you, Capricorn rising. So what energy are you bringing in? See, with the 2 of Wands in reverse to the 3 of Wands. So you're ready for a new adventure. I feel like you've been ready for a long time. You even probably stopped the growth of a potential path that you were on. Yeah, child, love a lifetime. You might have put love on hold. You might have put having children on hold, or raising your children, or spending more time with your children, or spending more time with your adult children or their children. You might have been just kind of surrounded by people you work with, or people that you have to see on a daily basis for some responsibilities. Maybe you're responsible for taking care of someone, or working on, I don't know, neighborhood watch or something. I don't know. Something that you're, like, maybe you're a part of a charity, or you're helping a family, or helping some friends, and you're always working with people, and it's just like you never had a chance to just, like, even though you had love of a lifetime come in, or children, or something of like that, of that caliber, you just never got a chance to stop and get off your hamster wheel. And now you got a fresh, new path coming in that you are allowing in. You stopped what wasn't working for you when you got off the hamster wheel. Like, I'm not going back on that. And you're allowing in this new path to finally come in. Yeah, and it's released so much stress for you. It's released so much anxiety, so much feeling like death. It's all gone now, because you've taken the time to kind of allow in this new path to come in, that you're like, I'm never going to be able to go on this new path. I'm never going to be able to venture out of this stupid hamster wheel. You finally do now. It's something that you've been thinking about heavily in the last few years. It might have been something that just happened in the past few years, that you felt like the last few years was just like in and out of work or something, in and out of daily responsibilities, nothing outside of this. I can't get myself out of this. That kind of energy. Okay, so Capricorn rising, what you are bringing in, 2 of Swords. Because of all this newfound freedom and like allowing in this new path, there is like a sense of excitement that you don't know exactly what this new path is going to bring. You could maybe see the first step or the first few steps, but you don't know where it's going to lead. But there's a sense of excitement because it's anything but the stupid hamster wheel. So you're very, very excited about that. And a sense of excitement. And usually, although you usually like knowing what's ahead and where your destination is, you're kind of like, I'm okay with this. If you know what I had to deal with the past few years, I accept this with open arms. Yeah, I'm going like, yes, like I accept this. Like, I don't know, I'm going to take this job. I'm going to switch careers. I'm going to go for this relationship. I'm going to move to this new home. I'm going to get married. I'm going to have kids. I don't know how I'm going to handle it. I don't know what the step 2, 3, or 4, or 5 looks like, or 10 or 11, and I don't care. Because I finally got off that stupid hamster wheel. I can finally live life more freely, more a life that more resonates with me, and giving more time and energy into something that I know I want to do versus something I feel like I have to do. hospitality, gas, sharing, homekeeping. You're like, I can clean my home now, finally. I can have people over. There's not going to be a mountain of dishes and dirty laundry everywhere. Like, I could finally have people over, host people, take care of my home, have it nice and clean and make me happy, have sacred space back in my home, you know? It's a very exciting time for you and this energy. Okay, so Cappy Sun, what is something you're bringing in? What energy are you bringing in? Because you've been kind of dealing with feeling like I don't know, like either you just lost a bunch of people that you were kind of like acquaintances with or kind of friends with, or people you'd see on a regular basis, and that kind of made you sad, or you've had a lot of experiences like that in the past in your life, where you kind of like made friends and then lost them because you moved, or you left school, or left that job, or left whatever, left that boyfriend, girlfriend, or left that family, whatever. Like you feel like you've been kind of losing people, and you never really had a chance to kind of really have people, or you feel like you might have outgrown the group that you're in, and you're not really finding people anymore, and it's really difficult. It's been really difficult with you. But it's something about like that, like the groups and friends and something like that. But you've been dealing with that, and guess what you're getting, Capricorn? You're getting an opportunity in love, in romance. And even whether you're partnered up or not, this is romance. So if you're already partnered up, this is like, you know, injecting your relationship with a huge new burst of romance energy, a lot of loving energy, sexual energy, being very childlike, having fun, maybe spending more time with your children, maybe having time to have children or grandchildren, spending time with them, time for pleasure, you know, and you're getting some big opportunity in that. And although you might have been looking for people, what you're finding is the best case scenario, which is people you have the most fun with. So if you're single, you might be finding a romantic partner like that, or you might be finding people that you could have a lot of fun with, be your true, silly, fun self with, and just really have a lot of fun, a lot of joy, be creative, do a lot of things, work with your hands, build things, make things, create things, design things. It's like a lot of fun coming in for you. Lovers card, yeah, see, in love, and you're not even fretting yet. Like, whether if you're in a relationship, you're like, yeah, I don't even care if like this is a temporary thing. If you're just going with the flow and enjoying time while you can with your person, you're like, I'm not gonna be bored. Like, and if you're single or dating, you're like, I'm not care. I'm gonna go for it. I don't care if this person leaves me, or if they're bored, or they don't like this part of me. Like, I don't care. I'm having fun. And I feel like this opportunity in romance and fun and pleasure and creativity and fun, like, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to feel exactly right. It's just like it's being a little messy, coloring outside of the lines a little bit. It's like, who cares? The Devil, there you go. There's your card, Capricorn. When a little bit of fun is all you need, because I feel like you've been working really hard with being okay emotionally with the people that are leaving your life or have left your life, or you aren't able to see as much, or just with like little communication with people in general. And you've been working really hard with that. It's been really difficult. So I'm getting from Spirit, yeah, you're getting a little bit of fun. And maybe it's not your thing, but you're going to enjoy it. You're going to have a lot of fun with this person or these people. And who cares? Like, if the flame goes out, that's fine. You had your moment. And you don't even care. You're like, I need this. You know. I feel like this is like an up and down kind of thing. Like this is something like this is the energy that comes up once in a while for you, Capri Sun. And, you know, you kind of deal with it. It's like, okay, people left my life. This is and, you know, instead of getting down about it all the time, you're like, okay, this is an opportunity to meet new people and then like kind of have fun, you know? All right, so let's wrap this energy up with what energy, the main energies that you've been releasing and bringing in. Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Rising. Six of Earth in reverse. I feel like you're the kind of person who always, like, you know, offers other people like, hey, do you wanna share this ride? Do you wanna go on this trip with me? Do you wanna go on this date? Do you wanna go hang out here? Like, I feel like you're always the one giving opportunities and offers to other people. And Spirit now is saying this is your opportunity to get some of that back. Okay. You know, if you've always been the bridesmaids, you're going to be the bride. If you're always going to other people's homes, you're going to finally have people coming over your home. If you always feel like you're like having people like leave, you're going to have people coming in, and you're not going to feel like worried about if they're going to leave or not. You're just going to be in the moment, and you're going to be okay with the down times, and you're going to have fun in the fun times. You're really okay with all these things. Clean it up. Like, I feel like you've been cleaning up. You've been cleansing. You've been working with difficult emotions. You've been catching up with whatever healing you need to do. You've been cleaning your home, even probably cleaning up your life, cleaning up your home. It's a good indication. Your home is a good way to measure how you feel about your life. If it's like clean and organized in the way you want it, then your mind and your life are probably in the same way. If it's disorganized, dirty, hasn't been like looked at some corners for a long time, that's probably where the state of your mental state is as well. And you're probably aware of this. But yeah, taking care of myself is a radical act of love. Yeah, so I feel like you're taking care of yourself, you're taking care of your home, you're taking care of your body, you're taking care of your needs, your emotion, you're cleaning up your emotional needs, cleansing your energies, having fun when you need it, when you need some, like, you know, when you need to shake up your sexual life, your you know, you need to let your inner child out and have some fun. Like, sometimes you kind of forget, because you get kind of swept up in all the things going on in your day-to-day responsibilities, and you need to take care of yourself. And Capricorn Sun, I feel like this is like a practice that you have going on. It pops his head up every once in a while, the fact that you need to loosen up and have a little bit of fun. If you're having too much fun, to you know, get back into work. But really allowing yourself to have a little bit of fun, but not going overboard, and taking breaks so you don't crash and do something crazy. So you've been doing that. Capricorn Rising, I see that for the past few years you've been really pushing off things that you wanted to do for yourself, and so you're really allowing yourself to kind of love your life again. And although you like to know where you're going and, you know, where your destination is, you're okay with not knowing right now, because it's just so happy that you're living a life true and authentic to who you are. Okay, so I hope you resonated with that. I'm going to pull a couple more cards for Spirit's message for you. Wrap up this reading. Give the situation space. Yeah. So I feel like sometimes you just need a little bit of fun, whether that's with your partner, with a friend, with letting your inner child out, whatever you need to do. And this new life path that you're bringing in, although you don't know like the full picture, give it space. Like it'll figure itself out. You don't need to do much more than that. No more playing it small. So I feel like you were so invested in all the small things, small people, small ideas, small day-to-day responsibilities, and it's like, okay, you gotta refocus. Do you want love of your lifetime? Do you want children? Do you want to be able to have the freedom to go wherever you want, to have a clean home and people over, and do whatever else you want. Do you want a romance to come in and to stay, to keep the romance energy alive, instead of keeping like having to always rekindle that romance in your life, rekindle that fun part of you? Or could you want to keep it consistent? And so Spirit's like, there's an opportunity coming in where you're going to be able to have consistency in having fun and that fun loving energy. Okay. And lastly, the devil. There you are, Capricorn. You showed up to your readings. Ask yourself where you might be holding on to attachments, old beliefs, patterns, or addictions that are preventing you from evolving into your best and highest self. I think we saw that already. Shadow sides are coming to the surface to be examined. What toxic energy lies within you or in your surrounding environment waiting to be released? This toxicity isn't something to be fear, but something to acknowledge and change. You have the strength inside of you to set yourself free. So I do not like how the devil energy is always, like, I do not like how this energy is portrayed as the devil in the major arcana, first of all, in tarot. But I also do not like how it's always like shadow self and negative energies, because it's also related to the Capricorn energy. And I feel like the Capricorn energy is such a beautiful energy if you get to see the intricacy of it. Such hardworking people, but also have the capability of having the most fun. So the hardest working people and the people who are also able to have the most amount of fun, and these people are able to accomplish so much, and it's hard to sometimes see that, like, they have the capacity to be both, accomplish a lot in the physical realm and have a lot of fun in the physical realm. And that's not a devil energy. You're just a master of physical energies. And so, yeah, I do see you mastering this energy of having consistency and fun and pleasurable and joyous energies for Cap Sun. Cap Rising, I do see you setting yourself free, and being okay with figuring things out as they come to you, taking a beat, taking a second before you can figure out your destination, and just enjoying the ride for the moment, and knowing that you're not gonna like go too crazy, and that you're able to have a more free life that resonates with you. So I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. Please check out your rising and sun sign if it's not Capricorn, and mesh the releasing energies with the energies of that reading, and you'll get a more specific a description of what you're releasing, and mesh what was coming in with the energies that are coming in from that energy reading, and you'll be able to get a very specific, unique to you energy that's coming in for you in a very, very big way. Hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. Much love and light.